What's up, you sweaty nerds and greasy degenerates? We gotta get down to business, okay? And no funny business, alright? This is serious. We gotta talk about how patch 1.5 was a trash patch in Honkai Star Rail. Patch 1.6 is gonna be amazing. 2.0 is gonna be even more amazing than that. Patch 1.4 introduced Jing Liu and a major controversy over whether you think Topaz's butt was altered or not. 1.5 was a trash patch. Change my mind. It all started on the eve of yesterday. I was sitting there, jerking off, thinking about how sick the patch 1.6 special programming was. How awesome it was to sit there with my chat and react to the amazing new content that was coming to us in patch 1.6 and beyond. And then they dropped nuke after nuke after nuke on us. New 5-star premium character, new simulated universe, new this, new that, and a whole bunch of new characters. And then they dropped 2.0 on us with all these new updates, with all this new content, with all the new quality of life updates, and then they blasted us with a whole bunch of new characters. Gosh dang! Usually, the last patches before we go to a new world in a Hoyoverse game are really, really bad. Just ask Genshin Impact players. Usually, the last couple of patches before a new world are simply filler patches, and they're horrible. It's like getting testicle surgery. Trust me, that's no fun. You can trust me on that. But I gotta give credit where credit's due. Patch 1.6 in Honkai Star Rail is looking real damn spicy, baby. But patch 1.5 has been absolute trash. Dude, patch 1.5 released. Whoa came out, right? Okay? The next day, I went on a vacation, okay? I came back from that vacation. I needed a couple of rest days because I'll be honest, I went on vacation to a festival when I got back. I was a little bit gassed, bro. And so I took a little bit more time, and then I got sick. I got like super duper sick. And so I was gone for like almost 3 weeks, bro. I came back and I was like, all right, 1.5, let's do this, baby. Let's hit the gas, bro. Let's get on this, bro. Let's get on the hype train, bro. About 3 days later, I was bored. What is there to do? Dude, I can only watch so much Rule 34 video on my side monitor to keep me entertained. My meat can only handle so much. I never thought that I would see the day that I would miss patch 1.4 part 2 when the community was divided in half. One side saying, dude, Topaz's butt was totally nerfed. And then the other side saying, nah, dude, Topaz's butt is exactly the same. They wouldn't ever do that to us, not Hoyoverse. They'd never manipulate the model to make her butt look bigger. There's no way. They'd never do something like that. Just look at Genshin Impact and how good Genshin Impact is doing. Copium! But let's stop goofing off and analyze this in a meaningful way. Obviously, patch 1.0 was insanely hype, okay? We got the space station, Yorilo 6, and the Xianzhou Lafu. And they've spent the rest of 1.2 all the way through 1.6 developing the rest of the Xianzhou Lafu, but they've managed to keep us entertained every single time for the most part. I mean, 1.2 gave us Kafka. Do I need to say anything else? We're talking about the most voluptuous booty in the entire game. Topaz wishes she could, alright? And then we got Blade, that same exact patch, and all the cool stuff going on with Blade and Kafka, all this backstory, all this cool stuff, all the trailers. There's story trailers on the Honkai Star Rail official Twitter that still need explanations to this day. The lore is getting deeper, bro. And then 1.3 was hype as hell, bro. Dude, Dan Hung and Biber Lune, remember when he came out and the dragon and all the sick, super cool story? 1.3 was even more hyped than 1.2. That shit was crazy, bro. It was insane. They gave us so much cool story. Yeah, 1.3 was a little bit quick. It was really easy to get through that main story very quickly, but it was so dang good. And then we got Dan Hung and Biber Lune. Literally, he became the best DPS in the entire game on release, finally overtaking Sela. Remember how hyped that was? But it ain't over. The very next character that came out in terms of the 5 stars was friggin' Fu Xuan, bro. Literally the best sustain in the entire game, arguably, right? Some people, are still, copium for Mr. Locho over there. But dude, Fushuan's nuts. Best tank in the entire game. That's an easy, no-brainer right there. And then we got Lynx, a 4-star that just absolutely slaps and completely like benched Natasha for literally every account ever. And then, bro, 1.5 gave us Jing Liu, who managed to somehow overtake Dan, Hung, and Bibiter Lune, at least at E4. You could make arguments that with more Eidolons, Dan, Hung, Bibiter Lune could do better. But you get the point. We just got fire after fire after fire. And then Topaz entered the scene with that big badonkadonk. Bro, it's been so hype for so long. And then we got Whoa. Which, don't get me wrong, Whoa is arguably the best healer in the entire game. She might be better than Locha, because, I mean, let's be serious here, okay? For all the sweats like myself who, we want to make faster and faster clears, you know what I mean? Whoa can do that. She doesn't heal as well as Locha, but she gives you more overall damage. That's good, right? Don't get me wrong, Argenti's pretty good too. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm gonna be fair here to 1.5, okay? Argenti is better than I expected him to be. Only slightly better, but it is better than I expected him to be. Notably better. And he's not even performing as well as he should. He's bugged. The guy's bricked. His stupid ultimate too? That stuff is actually bugged. It's supposed to be dealing more damage than it is right now. That's crazy. He actually should be doing better. So don't get me wrong, the characters in 1.5 aren't exactly bad, but then you get the story, you get the events. The 1.5 events are kind of mid, bro. They seemed like they wanted to make a Halloween special sort of thing. 1.5 didn't even release until after Halloween. What's all the spooky stuff for, bro? What are you doing out here? That was last month, dog. Shoot, it's December now. That was 2 months ago, homeboy. What you doing out here? And Whoa is scared of her own shadow. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Argenti came through, and I'm not gonna lie, he was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Dude walks out like a tall glass of water, and then he starts talking. He says the stupidest, goofy-ass shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And that was funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. But when you compare every single other patch, 1.5 falls off. That's just my opinion. Change my mind. If you found this video to be completely unhinged, unnecessary, and downright stupid, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, because if you do, Ruan May might let you touch her butt. Peace out.